searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, because eyes so bright.
All right, welcome back to Scheananigans. Got Brock the Builder in the hot seat today. And this week we are celebrating Summer Moon's 3rd birthday. We've got Brock's mom visiting from Australia for a few weeks. And a lot of drama unfolding in the friend group. It's been a busy week. But let's start with what we were just talking about at the beginning of this show before I did my introduction. Don't know if you can see on the video, but I am in Charlie D'Amelio's boot right now because after when she was here on the podcast, she was in a boot and they had made a joke about how they have a bunch of these boots in their house. Yesterday at Summer's birthday party, we had a musical number where they had some egg shakers and they were then just left out on the ground. I did not see them. I stepped on one. I smashed it. I rolled my foot completely forward, fell down. Brock caught it all on video. I guess for the YouTube watchers, we can pop that up here. But my foot was very swollen, a little bruised this morning. I could not get an appointment to get an x-ray, but I'm like, I know it's not broken. So what are they going to do? They're probably going to give me a boot. So I text Heidi and I was like, yo, can I borrow one of the girls' boots so I can walk Disneyland tomorrow? Because I'm not letting this keep me from taking our daughter to Disneyland for her birthday.
I'm really curious now because when this happened, Sheena tells me that she rolled her ankle. She stepped on an egg and she rolled her ankle.
Rolled my foot.
Now it's a foot. So now I'm really curious and I want to take the boot off and actually do a little test on it, but just so I understand what is actually going on.
This morning, how could you not see my toes and it's bruised and I was so swollen.
I physically had my hands on the end of your foot and I said push down
and it hurt.
Pull up, go left, go right to see if there's anything wrong with your ankle.
Nothing's wrong with my ankle.
Nothing is wrong with your ankle. I was squeezing and pulling in front of your foot. But you didn't say it's not my ankle, it's my toes. You just told me that now.
I thought you could see based on how swollen and bruised it is. Well,
and then the second part of this whole thing is you go, honey, what can I do for this? And so I tell you, anyone out there's two things. If you have an injury straight up, it's called, for the first 72 hours, it's called RISA. It's the go-to: rest, ice, compression, elevation. For anyone that needs to know, that's just the general rule of thumb. For 72 hours, no harm, heat, alcohol, running, or massage for the first 72 hours. Those are the first two protocols for a majority of injuries. That's it. You then proceed to go, are you sure about that? Google it. As if I didn't know what I was talking about.
Because I feel like my foot is not broken, but maybe a little fractured or sprained. Can you sprain a foot or you can only sprain an ankle? I don't know, but it's my foot.
Well, yeah, when you say it like that, I'm interested. We'll see after, but...
Anyway, y'all sent in a lot of questions. So I feel like on these Ask Me Anything type of podcasts, we get so many and I feel like, oh, it's going to be a quick one. We'll answer a few questions. And then there's so many and then it ends up being an hour. So we're going to try and do some rapid fire so we can get through a lot of them.
Short and sharp answers.
Short and sharp.
Okay.
What did you think of Chicago?
First off, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Obviously, it's a Broadway show. It's got history. And then I didn't expect this, the one set, the band, and then kind of like...
I told you.
Obviously, but I didn't know what to expect. So very interesting. I didn't understand the storyline, and then I realized it was. And I think I looked online and it's based on true events.
See, and I didn't know that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because I thought about it. I was like, wait, did they hang women? And then they brought back the death penalty. So I understood the background of it. And honestly, I think it's great for anyone to be able to put themselves out there every night and do that, let alone do it twice a day or 8 times a week. So impressed by that. Overall, I think I would go if a friend was in it, but I wouldn't be going again.
But you do love Broadway.
Love Broadways, love all of it, entitlement. I think there was also a lot around going to that show. There's a lot of other stuff that influenced how I felt. I was really excited to go there, support Ariana.
Yeah.
We got there, we met with her little business manager, Brad, and it kind of put me in an awkward, and it was a feeling that you told me, like, I don't know if I want to go to this because I don't feel welcome there. And I was like, honey, we're going.
I also had major mom guilt. That was the biggest thing, was I didn't want to leave summer for 3 nights for New York and then 3 nights for Coachella. So I said it's one or the other. So we went and supported Ariana and we left Coachella day 3.
Yeah, and it
that
was
was
just
the
a very,
compromise.
obviously, since the reunion going into now, it was just a very different vibe. But I am still glad we went.
And she was fantastic.
And she was fantastic.
That was not a short and sharp answer. All right, anyways. Okay, well, speaking of, do you regret bringing Raquel up in front of Ariana on beach day?
I mean, yeah, but if I wasn't pushing the conversations for those 3 weeks, no conversations were happening. And when it comes to the reunion, you guys will see it. We have these conversations, and I feel it's like you've put yourself out there this whole summer, and then all of a sudden the audience is coming at you as if you're being selfish. Oh, is Scheana okay? Checking on Scheana. And it's like that narrative's not there because everyone's entitled to their opinions and their feelings, but people aren't expressing themselves in this open group. And so I felt like the need to kind of be an antagonistic and kind of poke the bear or ask the dumb questions, who's the dog killer, just to kind of get some conversation happening. And I wasn't, it's not my proudest moments, nor throwing, Katie under the bus for like doing a deed, but I was just instigating a conversation between people.
You were instigating, exactly.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if people got
on
offended
reality
about
TV, someone's got to be messy. It happened to be you.
Yeah, but I wasn't drunk. I was sober at a beach.
Yeah, I know that, but I was saying the Katie thing.
Yeah.
That was also out of line. But
It was. But you know what? I'm entitled to ask some questions. I have questions about it. And the response was to Tom. So.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
All right. One more about Ariana is, why did you think she should be over it only a few months after finding out about the affair?
And did it come across like that?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I don't think it was like.
I think it came across that way with a lot of us. I don't think it was just you.
I don't think, I think my intention with that was, in the moment, forget about the whole aspect of forgiving Tom and that. It was really focused on the things that she can control and focus on, which was the house, the little things, like let go and move on from that and find that comfort of that release. And I think that was my only intention, was just to help her grow through this experience or support her through this, whatever transition we call it. And that was it. I didn't want to like say, hey, your feelings are invalid. You have to move on from the scandal, move on. It wasn't that. It was, I think, take note of the good things that are happening around in your life and focus on those, and then move through that. That was it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I lied. One more.
Oh.
Ariana just said that she hasn't watched any of the season, but on Watch What Happens Live, she said she was hurt by some of the comments you made on the show. Do you think she would have had a different perspective of you if she had actually watched the show this season? I feel like she would have at least had more context, versus forming thoughts from what she's seen on her FYP page on TikTok and like the social media echo chamber. I think having full conversations in context instead of just little sound bites and clips, I think would have been beneficial. But
I think for myself and you, and like, I'm not speaking on other people, but this season was a difficult one for all of us to navigate before the social media aspect of it, and respecting boundaries. And so because of those boundaries that were put in place, I think a lot of conversations didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so we are filling in the gaps.
Yeah. And I mean, we are filming a reality television show, not personal
Yeah, you're forced
propaganda.
to have these conversations.
Yeah, we are. And
not
also,
forced. I take that. Sorry.
No, but I mean, we are put in situations where we have conversations that we maybe wouldn't normally have, I don't think 3 months after the affair, if I had that interaction with Sandoval like in Tahoe, I would not be FaceTiming Ariana immediately after. I get it. She's not my audience for that. So there are uncomfortable things that, we do because we're making a show as well.
You're put into a position to have the uncomfortable conversations. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't expect her or other castmates to be singing my praises like at all times as well. I feel like it's like they shouldn't. But at times I don't know. It's like things aren't going to always be, all honky-dory in the friend group. We do have a lot of ups and downs, and that's like the bittersweet part of reality. But it's like you get the good, the bad, the ugly, you get all of it. But
can I say that
I don't know,
was
it's frustrating at times too.
Yeah, that was one thing like I had to try and explain to my mother about this friend group. And it's obviously now I'm being within this group, with the group, outside of it for nearly 5 years. But that's kind of like a wild dynamic because your reality is so not normal to the normal way people live their life.
Yeah.
It is very much a circle, and it's a closed circle, and no one else can have these experiences but everybody in the circle that you guys share these relationships with. So it adds that dynamic, which is why I think you guys' show is so great and authentic, because you guys generally have to figure out how to navigate these situations while there's a camera right there.
Yeah.
And you've all done a great job staying true to yourselves.
Yeah. No, for sure. But see, okay, you say true to yourselves, and I feel like that's one of the issues I have with some people is when they act one way to my face, but then I watch the after show and I watch confessionals and I see the things they say about me behind my back or how they respond when someone else says something about me. It's like sometimes fake or performative.
Do you think that's vice versa as well, though? Because I think we get put in these situations where
I guess
and so you and if you're in the room over here getting hyped up over here, and I'm on that train track, the only difference between our friendships and normal people is we get held accountable because we see those conversations.
Yeah.
So it makes it very difficult. And so it means it's just, you have to have these hard conversations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just frustrating at times when I feel like there's an inaccurate portrayal of my character and our dynamic.
I think, honestly, honey, with that, you can't control that.
No, I know.
It's from people that are watching the show part of it.
Yeah.
And I think your character to me, and this is why I married you, honey, is because you're a very forgiving person. And I think that comes across as very hard to get behind because you just want everyone to be happy, and you'll sacrifice your own boundaries, your own thoughts, your own feelings, so everyone else can try and get this group back together always. And it's very hard to get behind that. But that's why I love you, and that's why I marry you. That's why I'll argue with anybody for you because I see that and I feel that, and you do that. And kind people get taken advantage of in this world all the time. Mm-hmm. So don't change who you are. I got your back, and we'll find a way. But don't listen to everybody else.
Thanks, honey. We're gonna take a quick little break and be right back. All right, y'all. So I am a big believer that small, easy changes can have big results, and that goes for your skincare routine too. These days, there is literally so much out there. It's confusing on what products work together in what order. So I'm going to make it easy for you. The work system from Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean. It's a high-end skincare that is also affordable, and it really works. Dime didn't sacrifice performance just to make it clean either. And when I say clean, I mean that Dime is 100% transparent about every single ingredient, so you can use their products daily with confidence. I wanted to take the guesswork out of my routine, so I started with their Works collection. I don't have to remember the order of a 10-step routine. It's like no one has time for that, especially at the end of the day. By the time I get Summer Moon down, I am exhausted. The Work system is everything you need in one powerful package. It includes a gentle cleanser, a toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. It's so good that I've now caught Brock using my skin products, but it's okay because everyone needs to have good skin. And plus, if you know me, you know I love anything with sunscreen. Their Tinted Glow Wonder Screen with SPF 30 just came out in new shades, and it's amazing. Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com now and unlock your discount on the site. That's dimebeautyco.com. dimebeautyco.com. You're going to love it. And now let's say hello to your IRL makeup filter in a bottle. I'm talking about the new Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. It is all I have been wearing on my skin for months now. This is a skincare makeup hybrid. It makes your skin look plump, refreshed, and more youthful. It's really cool because it's developed using micro droplet technology. So this refreshing formula provides an instant burst of hydration, and get this, for up to 24 hours. For my time I spend in the desert, this is the perfect foundation for me. It has pigmented capsules that burst and blend to give you a sheer tint while reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And I am telling you, you will not find this formula from any other drugstore brand. You can feel free to compare it to like a $70 brand. And speaking of the instant burst of hydration, what's really cool about this product is it contains 71% water. So that is how it is able to hydrate your skin for up to 24 hours. It leaves your skin with this radiant, bare skin filter effect, like you don't have to swipe over for the Paris filter on Instagram. Your complexion looks plump, refreshed, and more youthful, and it's available in 8 adaptable shades to complement all skin tones. What I also love is it's light enough to wear during the day, but it's also great for a night out, an event, only from Easy, Breezy, Beautiful Covergirl. Okay, we are back. How does Sheena feel about it comments feel? Feels like something's finally about me. I'm laughing when I'm seeing these. I've even retweeted a couple, responded to people because I'm just like, you know what? I like to be in on the joke. I mentioned a little bit of this last week, how one of my new songs I'm writing, I'm like, I can poke fun of myself a bit, but then, that's the thing I love so much about the music that I'm writing is to be able to put my thoughts and feelings into a dope song. And more to come. The master is almost done. But I
think I saw one, and I actually this is my feed. It was has someone checked on Scheana, and then it was when they brought back Tesla. What was that? When they the recall of Tesla. How does Scheana feel about it? Someone checked on Scheana.
Feels like my husband's not getting his Cybertruck.
Oh, guys, get the pedal. Come on, baby. It's just guys. Cybertrucks are great. It was just a slight mishap.
Okay, have them all recalled. Brock, what look of Sheena's has been your favorite?
I mean, look, honey, I think just in your element, which is with the band, that's my look. Like, I don't know. I know you're talking about fashion, but I think your look is you coming home to me and telling me about the song you just wrote and kind of the creative aspect. That look on you looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about hair? Because the 2 braids?
The braids, and then our daughter had hers on the birthday.
I know.
Absolute into it.
Okay, but I'm meaning color-wise because the blonde's going to go soon.
I know. I can't remember you brunette, but then that's how we met as a brunette.
Yeah.
But you also had brunette, long hair. And then you went short, which was really hot. Like not when you went the short was hot. I was like, damn, I'm not a short hair girl. I'm not a short hair girl. But I'm into all your looks, Bubba.
I'm kind of nervous to go back. I'm not going to do it as dark. It'll basically be your color. I want to do like a medium brown. Mm-hmm. But I am a little nervous to make that drastic of a change because the blonde was very gradual. It was like a little bit at a time. We kept going lighter and lighter.
That's why I didn't recognize the sudden change maybe.
But now when I go back to dark, it's going to be dark. There's no subtle way to go back to brown.
Perfect.
I think I'm going to do it for my birthday. I think that'll be my debut. So stay tuned.
What about my hair?
Please leave it. It looks so good. We've done a poll. The people do not want a buzz cut from Brock Davies.
But this, the buzz cut will only be temporary. It'll be like 2.5 months. And then I'll be back to this on top.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, what's the most cringe thing you've said on VPR?
Who, me or you?
Rob.
Really? You sure it's not? I'd rather get gang banged by everyone in this car.
Okay, you know what? Going back to that, here's what's frustrating is I get in that van. I don't know if we weren't mic'd and maybe there was just a boom mic or whatever. Schwartz said, if you get in this van, this is the gangbang van. And I then responded to him saying that and said, I'd rather be gangbanged than in the car with all those bitches. I wasn't getting along with any of those girls.
Valid.
But it wasn't like I just hopped in the van and was like, yo, I'd rather be gangbanged. Like, I was like, no. This is like, he said it. I responded.
We just missed the first part and we got the second part.
Yes, you did. Whatever. I guess that could go on. The list is too long. How come you still use Shay as your last name? I get this question all of the time. And here's the thing. It is still my legal name. It is a bitch to change your name. And businesses that have been in my name now, my step by, just like so many grown up things that I'm like, how do I even go about changing it? And I've also built my career now as Sheena Shay. As much as I try to get Sheena Marie to catch back on, it's not catching back on. My music is still under Sheena Marie because that's what it's always been. But I feel like this is my brand and my public persona and how I make a living. At home, we're the Davies family, you know, it's Summer Davies. And whenever now we put a hotel room in your name, you know, I'm Mrs. Davies and you're not Mr. Shay anymore.
The tides are turning, baby.
But I'm also, I want to point out, and I made a list here. Oh. I am not the first and only woman to continue using my last name professionally. So post-divorce, let's talk about a few others. We've got Pat Benatar, icon. Raquel Welch, Suzanne Summers, Faith Hill, Demi Moore, Susan Sarandon, Tina Turner, the alliteration, Sheena Shay, Tina Turner, just saying.
Yeah.
Several people, Camille Grammer.
Bring in this receipts right here.
There's even more, but you get the point. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. So I don't know why it seems to bother so many other people. Does it bother you?
No. I mean, look, we had a rule once I changed my name because I want to adopt my mom's maiden name before she was married.
Honey.
So is it a maiden name or is it?
That's her maiden name, yes.
Her maiden name, yeah. I want to adopt that in because that's part of Summer's name and that's going to be our family name.
Yes.
Brock, Michael, Honey, Davies.
Yes. And whenever you do that.
And that will probably be with my citizenship next year. When I do all that at once, bang, and then it's up to you to, but you'll still be known.
But that's the thing, professionally, I'm still going to be Sheena Shay. So it's like, it is still my legal name.
Even if you do change it, even if you do legally change it, everyone's still going to call you Sheena Shay.
I know.
And then maybe Sheena Marie. And then the third one on there will be Honeymoon Davies.
Honeymoon?
Honeymoon. Honey Davies.
Moon Honey. Okay, moving on. Katie and Chili's, I got some questions about. Are you and Katie in a better place post working together for Chili's? I mean, I will say there's something about Chili's that, you know, just brings people together. Nothing like a good espresso martini and some chips and queso to just make up. But also on the Katie front, why do you try to be friends with Katie so hard when it's obvious she's never liked you? And I don't think that's true. I mean, you'd have to ask her on the latter, but no, here's the thing. Even the other day when her and I are doing press together, Katie and I have had a lot of great moments together. And when it's just Katie and I, we get along great and we enjoy each other's company. We had a dinner date. We got sushi this season and I felt very nervous going into that. And I came out of it and I was like, oh, wow, we haven't hung out one-on-one in a long time. And years of being on and off camera, I feel like we have had a lot of good moments. We have a complicated dynamic. And I think when the outside noise is removed, we can be good. The problem is it's always noisy, you know?
Yeah.
Constant.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give me your opinion. You're here.
My opinion is...
You think she's never liked me?
I think you put a lot of trust in people wanting to be your friends and you don't need to have many friends. You can you can take over a world with 3 really close friends.
I agree.
That's it, you know?
Yeah.
And you just want everyone to, and I think you and Katie just have different personalities.
Yeah. And I don't think we're ever going to be best friends. I don't want that. I'm fine being cool and cordial, doing occasional jobs outside of Vanderpump Rules together. We can have fun. We can get along, but we don't need to be best friends.
These were her words to me the first time I filmed with you guys. She's like, Scheana and I have so much like history. And
we have a colorful past, I think she said.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so I respect that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just kind of like understanding that within this group, not everyone has to be best friends, my love. You guys can have friends and then you have your closer friends and then you have your peoples, you know? And it's and throughout the history of friendships, those change.
Yeah.
I just feel like that one's not changing anytime soon. You guys have too many different things on the cards.
Yeah. I get it. How did it feel to put on a Chili's uniform again? Do you ever miss your serving days? TBH, I do. It really was fun just running food, taking orders. Like, I do miss doing that. I miss working at Sir. I had fun. Like, that was the best job. Kind of the only job I guess I really ever had was working in a restaurant. But working my way through college at Chili's was legit. I was so sad that I had to quit because I was moving to LA and get a job in Beverly Hills. But I love my Chili's fam. And so to get to do this collaboration with them, with not only my favorite drink, but at my favorite chain restaurant that I used to work at, was so full circle and it was epic. So
I'm proud of it. That's a cool story to kind of like how it came about. You also did a commercial for Chili's back in the day.
Yeah.
They're trying to find it. I don't think they can find it. But I think
pre-social media.
You know, how cool is that? Like to have that opportunity, come back and then like, I mean, I would love everyone that's listened to this podcast to go to Chili's this week. Please tag us.
While it's still there.
It's there for a month. And like, let's make this a thing. Like get everybody there and tag us and we'll repost it. Cause I think, let's have some fun. Give us your feedback, tag us, post us, get after it.
And what my sister told me is apparently it's like half off or it's $6 on happy hour.
Happy hour. Espresso
So,
martinis.
Fun fact, you're not going to get a $6 bomb espresso martini anywhere else right now. So get it while it lasts. This is not an ad. I'm just
No, we just want, we would like this to perform. So support us and get out there and make it a thing and get some good alcohol out of it.
It's genuinely a good drink. I had way too many of them the other night. So what is your go-to Chili's meal and drink? I mean, while the espresso martini is there, definitely that. If I'm going non-alcoholic, I love their strawberry lemonade, chips and queso, always. Quesadilla explosion salad, the fajitas, the margarita grilled chicken, the chicken crispers with the honey chipotle. Feast. I can't pick. It depends on my mood.
Mine's whatever she doesn't. One's Sheena's second choice. So all of those, but what she wants second would be what I get so she could share.
Right. Smart man. What was your favorite cast trip on VPR and why?
I think you got more of a collection. What have I had? I got Palm Springs.
Tahoe,
our wedding.
Solvang.
And Solvang, oh God.
I mean, yeah, the best trip would be Mexico for sure for our wedding, but also our Puerto Vallarta trip that we did season 7 was fun.
I really enjoyed the second half of Tahoe, like the lake, the day on the lake.
Yeah.
Clearly, I enjoyed it too much.
Yeah. You want to talk about the pig farmer's daughter?
I have no idea where she came from, Sonia.
Is the reunion juicy? Yes. How did it feel filming with Sandoval in season 11? Difficult. Thoughts on Joe's IG? You said short and sharp.
Let's do it.
Thoughts on Joe's IG live where she read a comment out loud saying Schwartz is cheating on Sophia and that Sophia was a VPR fan. So I saw part of this live last night. I don't know if I saw the part
I don't know what we saw.
The cheating.
I don't know what we
saw. It was chaotic what we saw. And there's the poor girl in the background. I'm like, are you there against your will?
All right.
I mean, it was odd.
There is so much to this to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're all going to figure that out. So we're just going to pass over that one. It's wild.
Do you know if the rumors are true of Jax cheating on Brittany with Lori? If not true, why did Brittany block them both? I think this is something that Brittany will address when she's ready and give you her reasoning. I'm not going to speak on rumors floating around, but I will say I can't imagine a worse scenario.
Well, I think we'll see how that plays out, and we'll listen to Brittany's podcast and then see how she has to say about it.
Yeah, they're going to need to figure out what I'm like, you do 1 week on, 1 week off. I mean, that's what's so hard. It's like great when you get to do business with your partner, but then if things don't work out, that's what's just the hardest part. It's like.
So, but outside of that whole thing, they're separated, correct?
Yes.
And then Jax is still living in the house and Brittany is living in another location.
Yeah, she has an Airbnb.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that because you also have a kid involved that has consistency and needs consistency. Why isn't Jax in the other house and Brittany's at the house?
It's a great question. You should ask him, but I think we're both blocked.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Same. Are you leaving VPR and moving to the Valley? What are both of your thoughts on moving to the Valley? I'm never going to leave a VPR. They will have to make that decision for me because I'm not leaving. I think it would be great to do more crossovers. You know, I feel like having more intertwinement between the shows would be great. I don't know if that's a word. I just made it up maybe. But all of the people on the Valley are our friends as well. I'm not leaving VPR to go join the Valley. I would love to do both shows. In an ideal world, we do live in the valley. It's not why we moved to the valley, but I'm enjoying our new digs.
Oh, our new home?
Yeah.
Honey, I love the house.
Brock the builder. Can he fix it?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God. Brock got so mad. I think you posted this actually on Instagram that a dog peed on our wall that you're building.
Dog peed on my wall.
So what did you do?
So I went and pissed higher than that dog. So that way any dog that comes by and smells that knows that there's an alpha male this much higher than that dog.
I still don't know if I believe you.
So when a dog urinates on a tree, they mark their territory. And then if they sniff one higher than theirs, they will position themselves to pee as high as they can on that wall. And obviously it's human piss. They're going to smell it. But yeah, I pissed on my wall. I pissed on all 5 of my pillars.
Okay, James. Oh, speaking of dogs, and on a sadder note, someone had asked if I reached out to Kristen when her dog Bowie died. And of course, absolutely, I did as soon as I heard that. Sending her so much love. I mean, I'll cry. She's been through it, you know? You lose a baby, your dog. Anyway, okay, we're going to take a quick little break and then we'll be right back. Scheananigans would like to thank Care Of for sponsoring this episode. If you don't know, Care Of is a health and wellness company that ships high quality, personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every month. One of my favorite things about Care Of is the way they are packaged. They're cute. They've got little sayings on them, little motivational things. And I absolutely love that they are curated to you by taking their fun, short little quiz, because don't we all love a quiz where we know that there's no wrong answer? I know I do. So all you do to get started is you take this short, it's very simple online quiz about your lifestyle and health goals, and Care Of will give you doctor-backed recommendations. It's literally that easy. Care Of makes taking your vitamins on the go so convenient with the individual daily packs that are perfect for busy routines like mine. You just throw a few in your purse, your gym bag, your suitcase, you're traveling, whatever, and you're set. And let me tell you, some of Care Of's best-selling vitamins are now also available in bottles if you're not ready to subscribe to their monthly packs. So for 50% off your first Care Of subscription order, go to takecareof.com and enter code GOODASGOLD50. Again, that is for 50% off your first Care Of subscription order. Go to takecareof.com and enter code GOODASGOLD50. The new Starz series Mary and George, starring Julianne Moore and Nicholas Galitzine, tells a story almost too outrageous to be true, but shockingly, it is. Critics are calling this sexy, witty, and darkly rewarding, and also have said you won't be able to tear your eyes away. With next to nothing to her name and looking to elevate her social standing, Mary Villers sets her handsome and charming son George on the path to seduce King James I and become his all-powerful lover. Trust me, you have never seen a mother-son duo like this before. This show is full of wit, scandal. Something this audacious and sexy is as genre-bending as it gets. You won't be able to look away. Watch Mary and George only on Starz and the Starz app. Okay, more questions. Do you live across the street from Lala now? Not across the street, but around the corner.
Around the corner.
Were you upset with Lala for reaching out to Raquel after she filed a restraining order against you? No, I was not upset because I understood why she reached out. And also, I think if Raquel would have come back around or would have responded to Lala, I think that whole issue would have also been discussed. And I know Lala would have had my back. So no, I was not upset at all. Do you think something has happened between Lala and Brock? How did Sandoval put that in your head? So do you remember, I know it's been a little over a month since we watched the episode when Lala picked up her phone. She was like, let me call my husband. And then you answered the phone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inside jokes with us. I'm in on the joke. I'm part of it. But it took me some time to get here. And not because I actually thought something happened between you and her. And it wasn't that Sandoval put this idea in my head. It was the situation. If Sandoval could do this, could Brock do this? And my OCD intrusive thoughts just started running wild. And that was one place I went. And it actually wasn't even Sandoval. It was a comment on YouTube. It was a vlog I posted. I think you were maybe dancing with Summer and Ocean or something. And someone commented and was like, oh, the way Lala looks at Brock or da-da-da-da-da. And it was like, you better watch out. And I was like, what? No, they wouldn't. I thought Tom would never. And then it just like got in my head. But now it's something we can all laugh at together. So yeah, it is what it is. I trust both of you, obviously, more than most anyone in my life. So I'm not worried about that.
Well, I love you. And I never want you to feel like that. And I think I'm just a very lovable person. I like family. I like big families. And our blended relationship we have with Lala, her mom, and the kids, even at Summer's birthday party, like,
can
it
we
just
talk
works.
about that?
We can.
Video, I didn't notice. So right as Summer Moon goes to blow out her candle, Ocean's like, pick me up, pick me up. She's taking a page out of Sheena's book and was like, how can I make this about me?
I would be in on this.
And so you were going to try and go around, but it seemed easier for me to pick up Ocean.
Yeah.
And Lala was right there like, no. I'm like, no, it's okay. Because right after Ocean blew out her candle, Summer was right there to give her a hug. So I wanted to give Ocean that same, but I didn't realize that it's right as Summer's going to blow. And then I kind of stepped back when I'm holding her to pick up Ocean. And then you took Summer and then she blew out the candle. But it was so adorable. And it was like, they are like
Summer blew
sisters.
out the candle by herself.
I
First
know.
blow, it wasn't like a, it was.
No,
boom.
it was so good. But it was right as she's blowing. I'm like pulling her. I was like, oh shoot, watching it back. I felt so bad. But I mean, it was fine. It was a very quick recovery.
Yeah.
Because it was right as she was starting to blow. Ocean was like, pick me up, pick me up.
It's fun. I think it's a really fun relationship we have, the girls have, and that we have. And I think it's a very mutually, I'm not Lala's type. We'll say that.
I mean, she has dated Polynesian men before, so. But I will say also with Ocean last night, one of my favorite parts was we put them both in the bath together. They got their PJs on and they both hopped in Summer's bed. Yeah. And you read them a book and it didn't last long, but while I saw the camera and they were both in bed, I was like, screenshot. And so cool. I have those. You can pop that up here too.
I was trying to get them to have like a little sleepover. I was like, maybe they can do it. Maybe it's not going to be impossible.
Also, Summer is like a break dancer in her sleep. I mean, she'll do a full 360 sometimes and she kicks and there's no way in that little bed they were both going to sleep. But it was a cute thought and we got the photo and it was her first almost sleepover. Brock's boots. What do you think about Brock's boots? Why does he wear them? What does he think about what people say about them? I like the boots. I mean, it gives you a little height. And you know what my favorite thing about the boots is? That at the end of the day or night, Brock knows what it feels like to walk in heels. And I didn't realize this until we were at BravoCon.
Oh my God.
We get back to the room and I ask for a foot massage. I'm like, you weren't in Oh, actually, you were. You were in heels all day, so never mind.
I like my fashion.
I do too.
And it's the comments do not ever bother me. So sorry for all those keyboard warriors that really take the time to go ahead and write stuff.
Yeah,
I don't care for it. If you write me a positive something, I'll get back to you. If you're like the first 50 to 100, I'll do my best to respond to positivity.
Yeah.
But if I read it and it's like something negative, bro, you just wasted your time because I don't care.
Yeah. What do you think of the cute videos Brock has posted working on the house? You are crushing the Instagram game, honey. You are so good at editing your reels. You are so good at capturing content. And I'm obsessed with everything you've done to the house, but also the way you've captured it and made it so fun in your transition reels. And yeah,
thanks, honey.
You're doing great. And also this next comment was Brock the Builder is killing the DIY game. Yes, he is.
I've got one project going and now I want to start another project.
That was the next question. What's the next project?
And well, here's the thing. The next project is a part of the same project. And then I have the other project that I put on hold.
Which is?
So this project is the front gate, which is a brick wall, aluminum topping, and an aluminum fence for the car. Mm-hmm. That's going to be cool. Now, looking at my driveway, it's pavers and a little wonky here and here. And I think it'll be
bricks.
It's pavers, bricks, little bricks. And I think it will be better if we remove them and put a concrete driveway with the AstroTurf down the middle, or the fake grass down the middle.
And now that I've seen that at our neighbor's house, I can't unsee it, and now I want it. Perfect.
Great, I want it. So I'm gonna give us a thumbs up. So that's the next project. Because then when the fence gets put up and the gate is on a brand new driveway, we're done.
I know.
Then I want to do the garage. That's my next three.
And then the breakfast nook.
And then the breakfast nook.
And then we're done.
No, I got plenty more.
What?
I got the barbecue at the back. I got Summer's bedroom. And that's where I'm a true DIYer, and I love it.
Actually, and her playground. We need to.
Correct. And the playground.
Yeah.
And the playground, see?
Wow, there are a lot of things we still have to do.
Thank you.
Is Brock pitching a home renovation show? Is there any chance Brock could get his own Build with Brock series as he customizes your new home?
I am going to keep it on social media for a while. Two things. I want to build that audience up. You guys are so positive. The movement that coming my way is amazing. I really enjoy the audience that's enjoying it because the comments are not what we normally get. They're actually positive, and that gives me the confidence to do these things. Mm-hmm. That's my first one. I think, and by rewarding you guys, I want to be doing giveaways. I want to involve the audience, the followers that participate in it. I want to help them on their projects. So I'm going to really focus it. It's not going to be a TV show. It's going to just be the YouTube, Instagram, social media aspect. And I think I'm just going to stick to that because I really love it. And I have that control. I don't have to worry about too much. Plus, we're busy. And I know everyone thinks I'm a payroll husband, but I have put so many irons in the furnace and I'm working on a multiple, and hopefully they're slowly coming out. Some no, but some will. So I am very busy, and we'll keep it straight on social.
Can I tell you, it was funny. When I was meeting with different business managers a few months back, one of them suggested putting you on payroll. They go, have you ever thought about having your husband on payroll and then the tax break and the this and the that? I was like, it's funny you say that. But
I think I've graduated from payroll husband to contributing husband. So I will take
honey,
that.
but the thing is, you've always contributed and you actually are bringing in checks now. Yeah. So you're doing amazing.
We're a great team.
We are a great team. And I've always said that support comes in more ways than just financial. And you support me and this family more than I could ever ask for.
Moving on. Love you.
Which leads me to the next thing on this episode, our anniversary dinner, which was kind of hard to watch back, just thinking about the place I was in mentally last year and just not feeling so confident as a mom, having my intrusive thoughts run wild. But also I said, is this, your second chance at being a dad? And I've seen some comments. People haven't, seen the episode when they're making these comments yet, but they said that what I said was like tone deaf. And I want to just explain what I meant by that a little more, because I have so much respect for you. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is. We've all made mistakes, but you're such a good man, and Summer has such an amazing dad. She is so lucky. And I feel like at times you feel guilty that you are being such a good dad to her, because I know, of course, you wish you could be in your kid's life more. And that's something we're working towards. But where I was coming from here is that I do think you have a big hole in your heart, and you carry, that shame every day of not being involved in the other kid's life. And I don't think that, you take a moment or opportunity for granted. You're always hustling from morning till night, to the point where it's so frustrating at times, because I'm like, stop working. But it's you do so much for this family. And I just want you to know that you are amazing. And I know you have this deep dive to be successful, and you're afraid of failure. And, just to somehow maybe justify, or I don't know, just to make it all worth it, to have something to show for the loss that you feel by not having the kids around all of the time. But I just want to remind you that you are enough. You are amazing.
I hear you, honey. And I want you to know that it's not, I think at the beginning of it, yeah, I have this, there is something in there, obviously, because I'm not with my two. And that's something that I deal with every day. And then I just make sure I keep doing the right thing. And in time, I really hope that something can come around. Now I know that the kids, my two older ones, have an amazing support system. They have an amazing dad that's been there. and Trevor's great. And I love that they have that. And I just hope that I'll get to there. When it comes to like the hustle and bustle to try and, I want you to hear me say this because you are enough and I'm here for, this is it. But it has nothing to do with you. It's the rest of my family. It's my brothers, it's my sisters, it's my mother. And it's bigger than me. I'm the one in this family, in my generation, that's going to take us from government housing and put them into something a little bit better than government housing. I'm that one. And that's the driving force of it. It has not, and then with the kids, I really hope that we can come around to that. And I'm not going to ever count that out. It's going to come around one day. I know it will. I just got to keep doing the right thing. But the hustle and bustle and the working all the time, I love it.
Yeah.
And I love it more because I can go out to the world, I can do all of it, and I can come home to you in summer and I can recharge. You know, I don't think I could do that without you guys. So I love you. Thank you for those kind words. It's tough and I understand my actions. And, you know, again, the comment section doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I feel like too, this past season, you see a bit of you feeling like because I'm so busy with my work schedule that your stuff gets put on the sidelines, you know, and you're trying to pursue your own goals and all of that. And I feel like that was a little bit of what I talked about with Brittany and just said, you know, how her and I then are just with, you know, these alpha males, but at times the women are the breadwinners. And I know that's not an easy pill to swallow, but I, again, just want to say that I think everything you do for this family is worth so much more than a paycheck. And it was hard to watch this episode back because just thinking about where we were last year, and we have come a long way.
I enjoy the fact that we have hard conversations.
Yeah.
I push for that. I know you don't like hard conversations. You avoid them all the time. And I think it shows growth, or at least it shows that we're aware of our feelings and we respect each other's feelings. And yeah, I think it was a hard transition to go into that, but like I wouldn't have it any other way. So I like it. Thank you, honey.
Thanks. Okay, well,
that was a great counseling session.
That's my cry for the day. I'm really excited about this week on television outside of Vanderpump Rules that we had our Lopez versus Lopez episode air. What was that like for you, honey? I want you to tell me what that felt like being on set of your first ever, my first as well, ever sitcom. What was that feeling you got in your chest? Tell me about it.
Well, before that, it was just so amazing to see that production, have that opportunity. And it was really cool. I was very nervous. And then once we got the lines, I was like, all right, we're good. And then I got my line change and I was like, I'm not good.
On the spot.
But we got through it. But the team was awesome. It was amazing. Everyone there was professionals about it. But it was anxiety for the first time in my entire life.
Yeah.
I felt anxious. I felt what is it? Whatever this feeling is. I was standing there.
How I feel before we film Vanderpump
and like
Rules.
my heart rate just started racing. My heart was racing. My chest was getting tighter. I was like, this isn't a heart attack, but like, oh,
yeah,
shake it off.
And I'm back there thriving. I'm like, put me in, coach. I'm ready. And I forgot how comfortable I felt in that element.
Yeah, it was cool.
I've had people ask all the time, like, if I wasn't doing reality TV, what would I do? And that just reminded me. Am I boring you?
Yeah, you are.
That just reminded me how much I love acting and how much I want to continue to pursue this. I think, Justin and Erica could be recurring characters on Lopez versus Lopez, just putting that out there. I feel like there is a storyline here for Justin and Erica at that school.
Is Lopez and Lopez on Peacock?
It is also, yeah.
So once it airs, you can go watch it.
Yeah.
It's on NBC.
It's on NBC. It's on NBC, but after it airs live, you can watch it on Peacock.
So it's on NBC, yeah. And then once it airs, you can go ahead. So now you guys can go back and watch our episode. Lisa Rana was in the episode before us too, so it was a full Bravo takeover.
Yeah, I love it.
That was so fun.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you know what superfluous means?
Use it in a sentence.
The drinks we had last night were superfluous.
I do not know, but if I heard it like that, I would say, fuck, I have no idea. No idea. Who uses that word?
Lisa Vanderpump.
Of course.
She said that Jax said she was superfluous to the show, and Jax is like, I don't even know what that word means. It's definitely
so it means
not.
like you're already drunk. An extra shot's not going to do anything.
It's just like unnecessary.
Valid.
Like unneeded.
Wait, Jax said that to Lisa?
No, Jax doesn't know what that word means. So Lisa took it that way and was like, oh, Jax said I'm superfluous. And he's like,
well, I mean, if
that word is not in my vocabulary, Lisa. So I just thought I'd ask you. I don't think James knew what it meant either.
Okay, yeah, good. I was like, wait, am I meant to know this one?
All right. Couple more questions and then home to our baby. How do you both prioritize your mental health while in the spotlight? I am in therapy. I've done EMDR therapy. I want to do another session soon. It's been a few months and I feel like my brain is due for one. But other than that, surrounding myself with positive people who genuinely care about me and ask how I'm doing and ask how my kid's doing, that is something that's really important to me. And I feel like with the band, and the band is, yes, it's Kevin and Lando, but when I say the band, I mean like our whole new group. That's Zach, Bianca, Kel, Jules, Lando's fiance, Brooke. And I feel like...
And then you got Cam on that one now, too.
Yeah, and now our other friend from Austin just moved over here. And that whole group, such amazing, positive people. And I do feel the most myself when I'm in the studio, when I'm hanging out. And yeah, so I think that is very important for our mental health, is surrounding ourselves with good, positive, supportive people who give a fuck about us.
I think, yeah. Surround yourself with people that aren't afraid to express their feelings to our ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So not surround ourselves with a bunch of yes people.
No, and that's what I love so much about Lala. She is my biggest cheerleader, but she's also going to be the first person to tell me if I'm fucking up.
Yeah. And those are who you want in your corner, because really, yes, people don't get the job done. You don't see a good perspective on things and you just put yourself in a hole.
Yeah.
So.
Last question. Schwartz got tattoos of his dogs on this week's episode. Does Brock have any tattoos and would he get one?
I have designed a tattoo in my head since I was 14 years old, 15 years old maybe. And my grandma or my mom would say, never get a tattoo. If you wanted a tattoo, design it, put it up on the wall. And if you don't change that design, then you can get it. Haven't changed that design. I think it's the balls of me getting the tattoo, which will be the thing. If I get it, it ain't going to be like a little dog though.
Right.
That's the problem. It's going to be a whole one up the side of the rib cage, around the back, around the chest. And I would do it, but I think it would have to be the right time in my career.
Mm-hmm.
In my career. Like I need a job to get a tattoo. Yeah, it's not like I'm acting anyway, but I think also if I want to do acting, I think tattoos will probably be more of an issue than anything else.
Well, I can tell you firsthand, they are. I forget which job I was recently on.
Lopez versus Lopez, you have to cover your tattoos.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, so Lopez versus Lopez, obviously, they did not go with the character of a baby brain surgeon. But then even when we did Mean Girls and stuff, I had to get a release from my tattoo artist for my It's All Happening tattoo. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they would have had to have covered it up. So for different commercials and stuff, it's I don't know, it's a whole thing.
If I were to get a tattoo, my big piece, I would just have to have like a lifelong release from the tattoo artist saying, hey, I release this for life for Brock Davies.
That would help, yeah, because I guess each job I'm on, I'm like, no, these are released. It's a whole thing because you're showing someone else's artwork.
Yeah.
But for acting, yes, you do have to cover them up often because
I'm putting it out there right now, honey. We got summer in school in July. Obviously with everything else going on, I want to do a couple of classes and get into acting and put myself out there. So no tattoos for me, no need for them. If that career doesn't work out, don't worry about it.
Have you seen how viral the TikTok stitching has gone of me saying Summer is going to preschool with Ocean this summer, and that like everywhere, like people are like
Like a little run.
peanut butter is going to preschool with Jelly, this peanut butter. I saw one with corn on the cob with corn. It's so funny. So appreciate all of those Scheananigans stitches on TikTok. Thank you for having some fun with my words. And that's the thing. It's like Summer and Ocean, and the summer season is coming up, and then we've got cruise, and
Summer
there are so
Ocean
many
are going
funny
for a
things.
going on a cruise in the summer.
To Hartford.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was glad Hartford was at the party. All of the kids getting together. We could not get a photo with all of the parents and all of the kids at the same time, but we were able to get one with you and I with all 4 kids. And then I got one of all 4 moms. So I'm like, okay, if that's all we can get, we've got toddlers. Pictures get more difficult.
I really like where the group's going.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. And like amongst all of this craziness, everybody's successes, I think you guys have done a great job of figuring out how to do life like you do. So well done.
Totally. And again, Stassi, welcome to the Dear Media family. And
yes.
I'm so excited for her new book, You Can't Have It All. I'm going to read this one. I am. I was like, wait, this one I want to read.
I love that. What's her show called on Dear Media?
Stassi.
Ah, valid.
It's all she needs.
Straight up with Stassi.
No, it's just Stassi. That's her rebrand. No longer Straight Up With.
Oh,
Just Stassi.
Okay, I thought it was Straight Up with Stassi. So
No.
it's just Stassi or just or Stassi? Well done, Stassi.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for getting into some shenanigans with us and watching, listening, liking, commenting. Y'all are the best. We'll be back next week, maybe with some Valley Girls. Got to check their busy schedule.
You guys can catch me on Brock the Builder series on my Instagram account too, baby. Give me the love. Jump on that
Bye.
bandwagon. Bye.
I've been searching for this all my life because